Weddings are spectacular events that people remember forever, not only because of the practical significance, that of two people choosing to spend their lives with each other, but also because the wedding ceremony can become a cherished memory that will last forever. This is exactly what happened in this case. Hello again, story lovers. My name is Dale Elliott, aka Captain Dale, and here's our latest story. This unexpected call made this wedding the event of the year. Before we move on, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and activate the notifications bell for new amazing videos. If you're married, or even if you've just been to a marriage ceremony, you'll understand how important it is. It's always heartwarming to see two people blissfully deciding to share their lives. What makes marriage even more of a special occasion is the fact that the couple is surrounded by its family and friends. Thus, they will get to share their enthusiasm with the people they love the most. Amanda and Josh were together for no more than 3 years when they decided they wanted to get married. In what some would consider a short period of time, this couple had found out something remarkable. The two of them were crazy in love with each other. The 3 years they'd been together have been magical, and they were sure everything would turn out great. It wasn't going to be that easy, though. The lovely Chicagoan couple decided to get engaged and immediately started preparing their wedding and its ceremony. Despite some initial problems they had, they managed to have a happy attitude towards their relationship. A few months into their engagement, and the couple started facing increasing problems, likely because of stress over their marriage and work. They were still in love, but something was off. Their problems were there, but they were always solved quickly. Amanda and Josh loved each other with such a passion that they wouldn't let anything change their plans. They weren't expecting for this external factor, though. Amanda had developed a very intimate relationship with her grandfather, John. Because of her father's job, her grandfather served as some form of father figure for her, at least for years. She certainly couldn't expect him to act in such a way. Grandpa John, as she called him, was certainly a very caring old man. However, these last few years, his behavior had become somewhat different. Why was that? The poor old man was facing serious health issues for some years now. While his situation was stable, the family was certainly worried about him, and especially Amanda, his loving granddaughter. Meanwhile, the wedding was near, and the preparation crescendo had made the couple extremely excited. They had planned everything together and wanted to have everything covered. Amanda and her fiancé Josh chose some beautiful invitation cards to send to their friends and relatives. Among her many friends and her large family, Amanda naturally invited her loving grandpa as well. If only she knew what would ensue. A few days before her wedding, Amanda was notified by her grandpa that he couldn't attend her marriage due to his problems. While she was understanding, she felt immensely disappointed that her beloved grandfather couldn't attend what could possibly be the most important event in her life. Amanda was heartbroken. However, she was still feeling very happy that she was going to marry the love of her life in a very well-organized ceremony. It wasn't going to be easy, though. The day she had been dreaming about for years now was finally here. Amanda and Josh were going to get married this afternoon in Chicago. We can only imagine how much they anticipated this. Amanda looked beautiful in her stunning wedding gown, and her smile radiated across the hall. She was obviously ecstatic about her marriage, and it showed. She couldn't help thinking about something different, however. Josh wasn't far off, though. His stylish suit and bow tie made him a perfect match for his soon-to-be wife. However, he couldn't help but notice something was wrong with her. The ceremony took place in a beautiful, large church, decorated with flowers all over. It was truly eye-watering to see the couple lovingly embrace each other after the priest announced their marriage officially. But something was going to happen that would make the event even more charming. Suddenly, Amanda's phone, that she had left to a friend of hers to keep, started ringing. Who could this be? If it was anyone else's phone, this would have been an embarrassing situation, but now it was initially just considered funny, until they discovered who was calling. For some inexplicable reason, Amanda felt a shock as she heard a ringtone in the hall. Not because it interrupted anything, but because she knew instinctively something big was going to happen. To the shock of everyone present in the church, Grandpa John was the one calling. And not only that, but he also asked to speak to Amanda on speaker. Everyone was left with their jaws open. The caring grandpa was facing problems and was feeling terrible about missing such a moment. Thus, he decided to call his granddaughter on her wedding ceremony and send her this powerful message. Grandpa John started off by congratulating the young couple, and especially Amanda for her choice in Josh. While the couple itself blushed with a huge smile, the attendees were equally appreciating of her grandfather's gesture. Her grandfather continued by giving them moving advice for their life together. After all, he had been happily married himself for decades now, and he had endured plenty of difficulties in his life. His advice was not only well appreciated, but also moved everyone in the hall. Amanda couldn't keep the tears back. She felt immensely happy to hear her grandfather's voice and loving words in this important moment and agreed to visit him very soon. There couldn't have been a better outcome for her wedding, she thought to herself. Naturally, many of the attendees were shocked and moved by this movie-like gesture. They reached for their phones and recorded the grandfather's gesture to show it to their friends and enjoy this outstanding example of human compassion together. As anyone could easily guess, the videos and the story became viral on YouTube. That was hardly an everyday scenario, yet it was Amanda's reality. Amanda and Josh continued their partying and having a great time with their loved ones. They couldn't have imagined a better ceremony. Everything was simply looking fantastic, and they couldn't wait to live together. It wasn't much later when the young couple visited Grandfather John, who welcomed them with a huge smile. He felt extremely proud of his granddaughter, and he wished them the best for their journey together. Amanda and Josh were elated and were gazing into their future together with grand dreams. They had no doubt that the loving grandpa would support them no matter what. After all, who wouldn't after such a gesture? Did you like the story? Check out our channel for more.